Hello, body, mind. Oh, am I live yet? I'm live now. Hello, body, mind, and soul community. It's Michelle Boucher, the natural entrepreneur, on behalf of Adriana and Lauren and I. Welcome to the next provider focus session on a detailed deep dive into one of our featured providers. And I'm so excited to introduce you to Lady V, who was on one of our recent connection circles. And she runs Elliot Night Professional, and she's a lady of the world. She travels around a lot. Right now she's in Oklahoma. But welcome, Lady V. How are you today?
Hello, hello, hello to everyone. I am blessed. How are you doing, darling?
Oh, I'm great. It's Friday. I'm glad it's Friday, TGIF. And but
Me too.
I was excited to have you on Friday because I love what you do, and I'm just gonna let you introduce the story of who you are, what you do, and exactly what you do, and like your purpose and how you became, a provider in the body, mind, and soul space. So I'm just gonna let you take it away and introduce yourself.
Right on. Hey, everyone. I am Ashley Lady V. I am your favorite spiritual release coach. I am an author as well. I actually teach individuals how to roar in their greatness. Now, I know you looking at me like, what? Why? Roar in my greatness? Yes. You have a rebel that's just with inside you that is waiting to be unleashed. And I teach individuals how to awaken the rebel within, how to release, rebuild, and rebrand who you are. That means learning how to love you. But in order to do that, you have to release the old narrative, the old baggage, the old limiting beliefs that we have and that we hold on to, right? And so for me, I'm not the just cover on the top of the surface type of girl. I like to go deep down, down, down to the bottom of the barrel where all the sticky stuff is, where we don't like to touch because it hurts. I am that girl. I will go to the bottom of the barrel because I want you to be great. I want you to release all of that because we can't find our freedom and our peace until we do that. And so I do that by also sharing my story of release because I come from an abusive background. I I was molested at the age of 8, and at by the age of 10 I was a runaway. By the age of 15, I was a madam, so I was a lady of the streets. I've been doing my life and running and running and running. And I think some of us can relate to running. Maybe your situation isn't the same, but you've been running from some things in your lifetime, and some situations. And now it's just time to release them. We don't want to go into the new season um with these limited beliefs that's holding us down. We don't. We
That's
just don't want to.
amazing. So amazing that you have transformed, from those things, and that you have released those things. And I love that now that that's what you, I mean, so often a lot of what our natural gifts are is as a product and of the, it's honed by our journey. Um,
Mhm.
so when you serve that release, how do you do that? What kind of, like, what does that look like when you work with people? Is that one-to-one work, or what is your, how do you do this?
So I have a method. I have a course, and the course again is called "Awaken the Rebel Within: Release, Rebuild, Rebrand Your Voice." Um, and so the course is actually everyone takes the same course, but it's catered to you because we're all on different journeys in our life. And so you get the opportunity to do a group session. And group sessions for me means that we hold each other accountable. Not only that, now you have a community of support, that because a lot of times we think that we're going through this alone, and we're not. We have other people that understand our pain, that understand our hurt. And so you need to be around those who can understand what you're going through to help you get through what you're going through. And so we have a support community that we do. It's a 21-week course. And so 7 weeks is for releasing, and which is always the beginning because you can't do anything else until you release. And then you have 7 weeks of rebuilding. That means you're finding out how to love you. And then you have 7 weeks of rebranding, which means now
Mm.
you're taking all the tools that you've learned and now you are putting them all together and you're creating this rebel that's waiting to be released. And you're like, he's like, hey, I get to be released. Yes, yes, she's releasing me. Woohoo. You know what I'm saying? Because now you are being the person that God has set you to be. Now you are free, mind, body, and in your soul, and in your
That's
spirit.
amazing. That's
And that's where
amazing.
you need to be.
I love that. And I really like what you said about we each have our own individual um situations, and it needs to be tailored for us, but also that we are not alone, because we are not the only ones going through situations. And so to me, that sort of we're individually experiencing common problems, right? And I would
Exactly.
love to know more about, for in your practice, what's the most common problem that you see clients sort of like, if you had a client that was an amalgamation of all your clients, what would the top problem that they would have be, and what would the best tip for their problem that you give?
Releasing and forgiving. Those are the two hardest things for us to do. That's the reason why we release first. Is because
Okay.
releasing and forgiving, they go hand in hand, but we struggle with those. And so in order for me to help you release, first of all, we have to get to the core of the problem. We have to recognize it and then hold it accountable and then face it head on. You can't face it head on. You can't grow until you break. And
Okay.
so
And
you
so,
have to be willing to break.
okay. Okay. When they come to you, what are the common symptoms that they're experiencing? Are they feeling depressed? Are they feeling frustrated? Are they like, what is the?
Oh, anger is really their number one thing.
Oh, okay.
Um, yes, I've been hearing anger, anxiety,
Mhm.
depression. And so in this course, we're gonna break all of these. We're gonna
Yeah.
break all of these, honey. Ooh, we gonna break all of these. Why? Because God don't want you to live there. He's not asking you to reside there. And the only way you can do that is to release. And like I said, that is the hardest part for us to do. You have to be willing to release and let
So,
go.
okay, so then, that, I mean, that's got to be the first step. So what's your best recommendation for people who want to release, but they're stuck at that point about willingness? What is the first step to opening up to releasing it? What's your best tip for becoming willing to release it?
So my grandmother used to say this thing, when you're tired and you're really tired, and I mean really, really tired of holding on to the pain and the hurt, you will release it because you're going to surrender some way because you don't want to keep holding on to that. You don't want to keep you don't want to keep knowing that that's what's holding you back from your greatness. And a lot of times we know that as people, but sometimes we're afraid to let go because we don't know what it'll feel like if we do.
Without it. Right. Okay.
Mhm, mhm, 'cause we've become accustomed to it. And so I wanna encourage people today to tell you that guess what? You don't have to hold on to it. It's not yours to hold on to. Get tired. Get ready to what they say, kick it in the butt, kick it in the bucket, and decide today for you. Because that's the problem that I'm realizing with a lot of people that we haven't chosen us yet.
Yeah.
We haven't chosen us yet. When you decide to choose you, then you will decide to let go of all the things and help and control and to fix you so that you can grow, so that you can be the best you. That was my problem. I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn. I'm a Leo for real. That's the reason why I'm with this whole roar thing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The whole roar thing, the whole everything I played off of that because that's who I am. And I have to be authentic to me. But let me tell you something. I did not want to let go because I was afraid of the unknown.
Right.
When I got tired of carrying that baggage and that weight, and I was like, you know what? At some point, I have to choose me. When am I going to choose me? I woke up one morning and said, you know what? Today is the day that I'm going to choose me. And I just did that. And I had to learn how to be consistent because it's easy to be inconsistent, you know? So I had to learn how to,
Absolutely. No,
yeah,
no,
it was a chore.
100%. Well, and I'm really grateful for you here, because I think that there's probably, everybody's been at that spot, in even if you're really well developed as a human, in one place or another. And so I want to hear from people in the comments if they have something that they're needing to release, some anger, some anxiety or depression, and what they think their life could look like if they released it. So I want you guys to drop in the comments if there's something specific that you have, or how you're doing with releasing it, or anything that you found to help. But basically, yeah, let's just hear from Lady V about you know what that took, and in your journey with becoming an online entrepreneur and releasing all of these things, so that you become able to help people with that. Like you've been through enough that you've figured out the recipe for that. As people kind of move into this new phase of their lives, or say they wanted to become a wellness entrepreneur themselves, what would your best advice be to someone who's getting into the wellness entrepreneur space? Any tips or advice from your entrepreneurial journey that you would like to recommend?
I would say find you and be true to you because a lot of times we try
Mm,
to mimic other coaches, other entrepreneurs, other
mhm.
wellness coaches. We try to, and I realized that guess what, baby? I'm sorry, Michelle, I love you, but I can't be you. You know what I'm saying? I can't be
No,
Donna. I can't be these other people. All I can be is Lady V. That's it. That's all.
and that,
And
like, that's
so it's
literally
oh
100%. That's literally why I call myself the natural entrepreneur, because I like to help people be themselves, like be their natural self, and I can't do anything but that myself. So that's
exactly.
amazing. That's amazing. I love that. So what have you got coming up? And how do people get a hold of you if they want to do this spiritual release of these blocks and these deep angers?
Yes, so please. So I am actually getting ready to start the new course. I'm actually rebranding it right now, and
Okay.
tweaking it just a little bit because I want it to be more impactful in these 7 weeks. And I had to actually break it down because I was actually just doing a 7 week course.
Okay.
And when you start getting back testimonies and people who saying that, they're like, hey, I just feel like it wasn't enough time for me to do this. I wasn't enough time. And so I'm like, great. So I broke it down because I want you to really concentrate and focus on each individual part because it is a journey. It is it's a thing. And so in January, I am going to the new course start, for Awaken the Rebel. It starts. And if you say rebel, when you are doing your what's the name, if you put in that keyword rebel,
Drop it in the
then you
comments.
will yes. And so when you're booking me, if you say rebel and tell me where you saw, because the only way that you can see it is through an interview that I'm doing. That's the only way you can
Okay.
find the keyword. That's it. That's all. Because I'm not posting it on my page. I'm not doing any of that. You have to literally see it
Oh, we getting a
in an
secret password.
interview.
All right,
Exactly.
all right, all right. So, okay, make sure all you rebels take advantage of Lady V's offer and get in touch with her. Drop rebel in the comments, or slip her a DM there about it. And make sure that you mention that keyword. So, but thank you so much for being here today, for sharing your gift. I know this is going to reach who it needs to, and yeah, we're just feeling very grateful that you're in the network as here at Body, Mind, and Soul Connections to help and serve and be there as a light for others. So it was a delight to have you on Connection Circle. Even more of a delight to hear a little bit more and a deeper dive, and look forward to seeing you in the group as a resource. So if you guys are watching on replay, if you would like to have a provider interview like this, or if you would like to come on to the network, you would first come on to Connection Circle, and then yeah, we can set this up afterwards. So thank you so much. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.